Hi, this is Simone, and I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with spiritual awakening and navigating your ascension. If you're new to my channel today, please press the bell button and subscribe button. And if you're a continuing visitor, subscriber, I really appreciate your support. So today we're going to talk about instant manifestations. So one thing I noticed in this shift recently, within the past few months up into last year, basically, is there's something called instant manifestation happening. Like a lot of us we're getting past a lot of the manifesting blocks. And when I say instant manifestation, it might not be, I want $1 million and $1 million appear on my porch tomorrow. It might not be exactly that. But if your mind and your thoughts in the right place, that is very possible. But a lot of times we can't get there with those particular manifestations right away because we have certain blocks when it's to manifest in money and stuff. And I'll do a video on the relationship of money because this is something I've been thinking about a lot and I've been learning a lot. And it's knowledge that I want to share, help you manifesting more money, is about dealing with your actual relationship with money. But back to this topic, instant manifestation. So I noticed that I am saying things that are just coming to pass like that, or thinking, okay? And this doesn't always mean a positive thing. I remember when we first moved into our place, it's a little further from my fiance's job, Dorian's job. And I was thinking my car right now, needs to be fixed. And so we only have one car right now. And so I was thinking, God, it's going to be messed up if something happens to his car and it breaks down since it's the only one we got. And guess what? 2 days later, we're in the shop with almost $800 to almost $1,000 worth of repairs. And I was just like, and I said to Dorian, I said, oh my God, I manifested this. He said, no, you didn't. You couldn't have manifested this. He's like, I wasn't worried about it. I said, I was. It was so quickly. Our energetic thoughts get sent out. And so let me explain how they work, because I had this ayahuasca experience not long ago where I was taken to this dimension, to this world, and I believe it was the basis of thought creation. I saw the energy of the thoughts, of all of our thoughts, the energy of, and how a thought is sent out. And I saw how that energy moves in emotion to create and manifest it into an experience, manifest it into your real, to your physical life or whatnot. And in that, I completely had a complete understanding how when we put a thought out, it's just like all of a sudden, that energy now is moving faster to come into your life. So just like with the car, I had one little worry. So we have to really think about our thoughts, about the things that we begin to worry about, because what you worry about is exactly what you're inviting into your life. I remember we moved in here and I was so worried that this place would have problems or have, bugs or something. And I tried not to think about it, right? I tried not to think about it, but I couldn't help it. I'm afraid of bugs. And so the next thing you know, we found a black widow spider, we found ants, and we ended up having to call, the exterminator. And at first, my brain was just like, I don't understand how this happened. Everything was fine. We weren't thinking. I said, I was kind of worried because I moved into a house, when I was younger, and I had this fear that I moved into this one house and it looked nice and everything. And then the first night I slept there was infested completely and I was freaking out, right? So sometimes an old experience will have us to repeat certain things. So you got to be careful is if you have a certain objection or a certain fear about something because of a past experience, you're doomed to repeat that manifestation if you begin to worry about it. So after seeing those two things manifest very quickly, I started to see, okay, so I'm going to be careful. And when negative thoughts come into my mind, I try to combat it quickly. Because once you put the thought out, and even if you just saying, I'm not going to think it, but it's in your subconscious, once it goes out, it goes into the thought energy of the universe. And that energy begins to move towards to create your experience because you are the creator of your reality. And I remember also last year, some positive things happened too. I remember my car, the battery died. This was around the time when me and Storm was living in the hotel. I was pretty much stuck. I pretty much didn't have anybody else, any help. And my battery died. And I was just like, darn it. If only, I'm sitting there thinking, trying to, it's, in your car, and you don't have jumper cables, and then you got to go and you got to bother people and ask them, do you have a jumper cable? Can you jump my car? And I was sitting there in the car thinking, okay, if only I had some jumper cables. And I was like, that everything would be fine. But I just had some cables and I just let it go. And I wasn't like stressed out about it or worried about it. So remember, key to manifestation, if you over worry, you get the opposite. You get what you're worrying about instead of what you want. And so I decided, I'm going to make do anyway. I don't have cable, so let me go ask somebody. So I asked one of the guys coming out of the hotel. I'm like, I said, do you happen to have jumper cables? My car stopped. And he's like, I might have some. And he's all looking at his car. He has a ton of stuff in his car. And I'm like, oh, my God, doesn't look like he's going to find anything, right? So he comes out with a brand new pair of cables. He said, look, I don't have time to stay. I have somewhere to go, but you can have these brand new pair of cables. And I was just like, did I really just instantly manifest that? That is happening more often, folks. So start to notice when you think of things and all of a sudden it coming past. Like somebody said on one of my videos, they're like, Zen Mommy, I knew you were going to upload a video today, right? So they were thinking about it. Not that she was thinking it, she manifested that. Okay, so the thoughts that go out to her thought went out to the universe. That thought energy moves. Now I'm influenced for some reason to put out a video that day. You know what I'm saying? We're all one. We're all together in this. So even when we think thoughts about each other, we're influencing each other's energy. And so I just really wanted to talk about like instant manifestation. So, just realize our shift now is so substantial now that we're in a realm, a space of reality that everything is starting to change around us. Everything, like it's a slow phase in, but if you notice, things are different. Like things are different. Like if you watch television has shifted. Almost every show is talking about consciousness, talking about chakras, talking about ayahuasca. And, we're in a different reality, folks. And, I don't know if you've noticed that you're going to look back. You're not the same person you were a few years ago. You're not the same person 3 years ago, 5 years ago. We are constantly evolving. And so with this evolution, we do have to learn how to start getting a hold on our manifestations, because we could manifest, a pretty bad situation for ourselves just by worrying about it, just by the fear factor. When people come to me and they need help, and they're like, I'm so stressed out. I can't believe this and that is going wrong. And what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I remember I used to be like that. I remember one time I was so worried about money. And I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. I keep getting bills coming in. And I'm sitting there crying and worried. And guess what? Another bill came in. I got pulled over by the cops for something stupid and got a ticket. And that's exactly how the universe works. The worrying is sending actual energy to get it to you, and it'll come to you quickly. So now you don't even have to worry too hard. You can just think about it, and that thing is going to manifest for you. So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing when you're thinking negatively. So just a little tip for you folks with instant manifestation. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Peace and love. Namaste.